What's going on, Earth signs? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. It's your girl D with 8th house energy here to bring you something for the weekend. I hope all is well with you guys. If you need a personal reading, reach out. My information's in the box below. You know the rules. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's see what we got going on for the Earth sign community. Got the Page of Wands energy here in reverse. I feel like there's a sense of rejection here. Somebody not wanting something. Somebody not, I feel like somebody's no longer indulging in a lot of alcohol, drugs. I feel like somebody cut that out. Somebody's like, okay, I'm cutting back. I'm not going to be smoking anymore. I'm not going to be smoking as much. I'm not going to be eating as much. I'm not going to be, whatever your overindulgences were that was going on because of COVID, I feel like everybody's like, okay, they're getting to some type of normalcy now in their life where it's like, all right, let me chill out now. I've been eating too much. Let me slow down. I've been drinking too much. People respond differently when these types of things happen, when pandemics happen. You don't know how you're going to respond or react. And so a lot of us, we get nervous, and so we do certain things. We may smoke cigarettes a little bit more, may drink a little bit more, may eat a little bit more, just a reactionary response to what's going on. And I feel like a lot of you are like, okay, I'm starting to feel like what I'm doing is too much. I'm starting to feel like I can cut back on that now, is what I'm feeling here. For a lot of you, it's because of health reasons. You have to cut back on top of the fact that you are accepting the fact that, okay, this is, I'm overindulging too much, whatever it is. All right? That's what I'm feeling for a lot of you here. What else am I getting? I'm getting that some of you may be interested in members of the opposite sex. Of the same sex. I feel like there's a lot of you who always have been, but it's to the point now where you're a little bit more comfortable opening up about that and maybe starting to come out and start dating members of the opposite sex. I feel like there's an infancy into the actual, for lack of a better term, coming out of the closet. I feel like somebody's opening that door, and they're opening that closet door up, and they're looking out saying, okay, this is what the world is going to be like. All right, let me get myself in order and just pay attention to what's going on, and no matter what, let me just be true to me. And I feel like that's what some people are going through as well. Let's see, what else am I getting here? Ooh, that's way too many cards. I feel like somebody made a wrong choice in letting go of something. I feel like somebody regrets letting go of a situation or a scenario or somebody, They feel like they made the wrong decision. I feel like you feel like the wrong choice was to put in all this energy and effort. Somebody's feeling regret is what I'm getting. They're feeling regret about all the time, energy, and effort they put into a situation. And they're feeling regret in a sense where they made the wrong decision. They made the wrong decision, and they're having to deal with that. I feel like there's an issue, there's a situation of karma here, where somebody is in a position where they're like, you know what, I screwed up, I messed up, damn, I'm feeling it right now. Because we always talk about, okay, well, somebody did something to us and now we don't want them anymore. But on the flip side of it, that's that person here, they're like, damn, I screwed up. And they're stressed out. So I'm feeling that heavy, okay? So, those of you who made the wrong decision and you tried to fight for a connection or you tried to fight for something that didn't work out, I feel like, there are some people who are remorseful for the way they treated you and they're feeling it. I feel like a lot of you have stepped out of a situation of feeling sorry for yourself, and you stepped up to the point where I feel like there's an ascension going on for a lot of you, and you're to the point where it's like, okay, I'm no longer feeling sorry for myself. I'm no longer here moping about what didn't work and what did work. Now I'm to the point where it's like I realize that self-love is what I need to do, and I'm doing that now. I'm taking better care of myself. I'm focusing on being around people who are people that I gravitate to and that I, feel like would put me in a position where I would be able to be myself and not be ridiculed or taken advantage of or looked at funny or treated indifferently, or disrespected in any sort of way, and you're looking for someone who you can have that even exchange with. So I feel like that you're coming into that energy where you're meeting people like that, or that is what you're desiring now that you're looking back in retrospect of the situation that you got out of. Like, I feel a lot of you realize you avoided a disaster. A lot of you realize that, you may have got the hunch, you may not have known for sure, but if this would have continued on, for a lot of you, this would have turned violent. Or there may, it may have been violent before, and so now you have to step up and say, okay, what do I need to do so that this doesn't get this way again? Is what I'm feeling here. Some of you didn't even realize it would come to this, like it caught you off guard. But moving forward, people are not going to be able to catch you. Someone's not going to catch you off guard in the way that they did before. I feel like there's a lesson that's been learned where it's like, okay, once you learn that, you'll never go through that again. That's what I'm feeling for a lot of you. A lot of you are realizing that you're not going to take forever to realize when the situation is just not working. You're not going to take forever to size it up and decide that you're going to cut it off. It's like once you see it's not working, you're cutting it off. I feel like for a lot of you, anybody who comes back from your past, you're cutting them off. Like, you may allow them to speak, but I feel like a lot of you are like, look, the same bullshit that went on in the past, there's no way it could go on at this, because I done already seen that. I already did that. But so I feel like a lot of you have healed. You're not bitter, because if you were bitter, she would be in reverse. But you've had some unfortunate experiences with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And moving forward, it's just like, okay, I know how to assess the situation now. I know what type of questions to ask. I know what I need to do as far as how I need to look at this. It would be from more of a logical standpoint instead of with my emotions, so that I can avoid being played with. And another thing I get is, people realizing how they were second guessing themselves when their intuition was telling them what they needed all along. A lot of you, as far as you cutting this person off or walking away from this person, it was beneficial for you to do so because this person had you in a third party situation. And it was something that was difficult for you to accept and believe. And after you went through everything, all of those emotions and feelings, you realize that for a lot of you, you didn't even know if this person was married or not. You had no idea. For a lot of you, you were dealing with someone who was fronting like they were married or fronting like they were single. And in reality, they weren't. For a lot of you, that's what you were doing. You had people out here fooled. You had people thinking that, you were single, you were doing your thing. When in reality, you're married. A lot of you just going through problems and trials and tribulations in your relationships. But you're out here playing the field. This is men and women too, out here playing the field. Or you're dealing with someone who's playing the field. Like, you have to be careful. So a lot of you, I feel like, found that out or are finding that out. That there's a person. But for a lot of you who've been in that situation and you got out of it, you walked away from it. I feel like when you walked away from it, it puts you in a position where you're like, you know what? I'll never go through that experience again. I'll never deal with anybody who acts like that. I'll never deal with anybody who's a player. No more players for me is what I'm getting here. And then for some of you, I'm getting, look, I just, I don't want a relationship. I'm not interested in being in a relationship. But they're going to be out here trying to play. You know what I mean? I feel like somebody got wounded and it's to the point where, okay, well, you know what? Now I'm going to be a player. That type of thing. Underneath the deck, we have the Six of Wands energy here. So this is the overall energy. So I feel like a lot of you feel like, okay, I got out of this situation. You're at a point where you're being victorious. You're experiencing victory. A lot of you have come out of a situation where you come out of an abusive situation where it was emotionally abusive. A lot of you are, like I said, you're coming out of the closet from being, afraid to be who you really are and not being happy about it, is what I'm getting. A lot of you are to the point where you're no longer drinking and, pacifying the time away with alcohol or sex. A lot of you are realizing that, letting go of a situation was a lot easier than you thought it would be, and so you're feeling great. A lot of you realize that you were dealing with someone who was married or that, you're a person who's married and you're trying to figure out, why am I acting like this? What's going on with me? What's really going on? Am I just not in love anymore? So a lot of you are coming to some conclusions in reference to your ascension and what you're going through, and I feel like a lot of you have gotten some breakthroughs with the Six of Wands energy. So that's a beautiful thing, because now the next step is to, if you haven't already corrected the situation, is putting yourself in a situation where you're able to correct it and you're able to heal. So I feel like a lot of you have been through this cycle before, and now you have the opportunity to change things permanently, because you see what you did in the past when you've gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because a lot of you are going back and forth with the same person. And so now you're seeing things differently. It took some time, because we got the 7 and the 8 of Cups. So it took some time for you going back and forth with this person to figure out what was going on. But you come to the conclusion of what's going on with this individual. They're a player and they can't be monogamous. Or that, you're someone who's not interested in a monogamous relationship, even though you're married. So a lot of you are coming to these realizations here, and these realizations are what's going to put you in a position where you're able to move in a direction that you really want to move. And so as a result, for some of you, you're doing it really quickly, and as a result of that, your life is starting to change. So let's see what advice Spirit has for you guys. We'll pull 3 cards. Ooh, happy. I like that. That's what's up, Earth. All right, let's see. One more for Earth. All right, we're going to take this because it tipped over and I saw it, and it's a really dope message. So we got peace. I love that. Underneath the deck, we have go to the sea. So this go to the sea card means that now that you are at a position where you're recognizing what you want in life, what changes need to be made, and you're actually ready to take those changes and walk down that aisle of victory, is what I would like to call it. You're going to be able to be in a situation where you're much more happier, because you're doing what it is that you want to do. You're no longer trapped under the guise of worrying about other things or what other people say. And even if that does bother you to a certain extent, it doesn't bother you enough to where it stops you from going for your happy. That's what's up, okay? And so as a result, you're going to start feeling more at peace with yourself and who you are as an individual. The only time you feel it, where you're not at peace a lot of times is because we're worrying about what other people say. We're worrying about external factors, what other people think of us. Inside, most of the times, if it was not for other people, we would be at peace. And I feel like that's something that's important for you. Community. Interesting. This card comes up because I feel like a lot of you are environments where you have close-knit friends or family that you would be able to really be able to enjoy, that they would be able to add to your happiness. Okay, especially coming out of this transformative stage, I feel like a lot of you have people around you that you would be able to connect with and be happy with. And if not, then I feel like this is a message telling you to find your tribe, is what I'm getting here for each of you. You're coming from a lifestyle that was totally different, moving into another lifestyle. So the universe is like, don't get nervous, just chill, And look what came underneath. It's time to go. Yes, it is. It's time to go. But just go with the flow. Don't overthink it. Virgo, don't overthink it. Capricorn, don't overplan. Don't do it. Taurus, don't be stubborn to resistance. Just go with the flow. All right? And lean on your friends and your family. Okay? Find out what they're doing. Go hang out with them. COVID constrictions and restrictions considered, Get peace back in your life. All right? Get peace back in your life and live your life the way that you want so that you're truly happy. All right, Earth signs, that's been your weekend reading. I hope all is well with you guys, and that if it resonated, you'd let me know in the comments. Please click the like button and make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I post for your placements. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.